Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing my favorites for February. I know I'm a little late, but I do have some really good things and I really do want to make an effort to film my monthly favorites. And I've just had a really rough few weeks, guys. Like my son and I have both been sick and it just hasn't been fun. So I'm going to start off with a few items that I have been using for prepping my skin for makeup. And the first one is this NARS Pore and Shine Control Primer. I've had this for a while and I have moments where I just alternate my primers, or I'll play with, you know, primers that I kind of see, or, you know, I just like to switch things up. But recently I have noticed that my pores on the insides of my cheeks and around my nose are getting slightly larger, and because of that I'm having to use primers that fill pores or blur pores in order to keep the foundation from bunching up around there. So I've been using that and have been loving it. The other primer that I've been loving is this Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer Complexion Perfector. This is what it looks like. I will tell you guys that I do not think that this is a matte primer. I feel like this definitely blurs any texture in the skin. When I use this, my pores look really smooth and even. And this does a really beautiful job just at making your skin look very filtered. I don't think that this is a mattifying primer. I do just think that it is a pore filling or skin smoothing primer. But when I wear this and I wear like a satin finish foundation, or a foundation that has a little bit more luminosity to it, I feel like it doesn't hold back my T-zone area, and that I'll just end up looking oily. So I wouldn't say it's mattifying, but it does do a beautiful job at smoothing your skin, blurring, and it does have skincare benefits, but I haven't been using it long enough to really say like I've noticed any significant increase in, you know, like elasticity or evenness and smoothness of my skin. No, I don't know about that, but it does definitely smooth your skin and any texture. I have two items that I want to mention for hydration purposes. The first one is this Wild Rose oil, and this is by Korres, and this I got in gratis. I will tell you guys that my skin has been a little bit more on the drier side lately, and it's probably because the weather in Chicago has just been very bipolar. But specifically, I've noticed that I'm getting dry just at the edges of my hairline. It's the weirdest thing. So it looks like I have dandruff, but I don't. I just literally just have it here. And again, it's not dandruff, it's just dry skin. So what I do is I'll take some of this oil and I'll apply it on my face, especially when I'm feeling dry, and I'll also work it into my hairline. It doesn't make my hair oily, it doesn't weigh it down. I feel like everything still looks really good. It doesn't look oily or greasy or anything, but I don't see any dryness around my hairline. So I'm loving that. The other product that I'm really loving for hydrating my skin is a Charlotte's Magic Cream. And I've gone through quite a bit of it, as you guys can see. I really love this stuff. It just instantly hydrates my skin. I like to use this before I apply my foundation, clearly, but it'll be minutes before. So like I'll wash my face, I'll do my regular skincare, my SPF, my moisturizer, all of that, and then I'll apply this, let it actually absorb into my skin, wait a few minutes, and then go in with the rest of my makeup. It does such a beautiful job at just really hydrating the skin. I think that because you're really adding that hydration to the skin, it just looks really healthy, balanced, and plump. Like it really is a great moisturizer. So I have been enjoying this, but I would not use this just as my moisturizer alone. Like I need something with SPF, and I need something that's going to have, you know, long-term effects on my skin. let's talk Laneige. I'm very excited because I saw that they're coming out with a lip balm, but their sleeping mask, this is a brand new one because I just went through one of these and it does last you a really long time. Like I want to say that I've had mine, the one that I just went through, for probably about a year. And I'm just opening a new one. I do, and this is the one I keep in my makeup room. I do have another one in my nightstand, and that one is halfway done, and I've already gone through one in that. Like literally every night I just heavily pile it onto my lips, and I just love how thin it is, how comfortable it feels, not sticky, and it just absorbs really beautifully onto your lips. I'm really loving it. I still like the Bite Beauty mask, but it is a little thicker and it is a little harsher in terms of just like really melting it down and working into the skin. Like the Laneige is just instantly that really easy blendable formula. You don't have to wait for it to warm up before you actually start spreading it. Okay, the Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with Aloe, Cucumber, and Green Tea. I love this stuff. Let me show you guys. I've used up that much. Now, at this point, I think I would be just about done with it, but the reason why I stopped using it is because my skin has been drier. And so when I use this, I find that if I use it to set my makeup, it ends up making my skin look dry. So I really have to make sure that my skin is balanced, that my skin is moisturized for me to use that, but I love that stuff so much. I use it before makeup, I use it after makeup, and I do find that it works at extending the wear of your makeup, so love it. Fenty Beauty Foundation, shade 300. Enough said. I've been loving this stuff. It is wearing so beautifully on my skin. It looks super flawless. It gives me beautiful coverage. It's a really pretty matte finish, but it's not a super matte finish, but I wouldn't call it a semi-matte either. It just looks so beautiful. The shade is a little too dark for me, but it still looks good. It looks like I have a little bit of a tan. Man, it's just, I love it. I can't say enough about it. It's long wearing. It doesn't transfer on my clothes. It wears beautifully throughout the day. The longer I wear it, the more natural it looks. I am loving it. So there we go. Charlotte Tilbury, her setting powder. I've been using this again. I've kind of been keeping things in rotation just to really go through my stuff. And this one I saw and I'm like, oh, let's just put this to use again and let's just use it up, because originally like I liked it, but I didn't think it was anything spectacular. And then I started to use it every day, and then I just found myself looking for it. Like if I left it somewhere else, I would literally look for it because I wanted to wear it. It just looks so velvety on your skin. It looks luminous. You do have to be careful with this one if you are medium or darker, because I find that if you like bake with this or leave it on too long, it tends to look a little bit of like a white cast, or you can see the powder still even if you set it. So I don't use this to bake. I literally use this to dust all over my face and set my makeup, but I really do love it. It is beautiful. It does give your skin like a veil finish, and it just looks really like naturally luminous, like you're glowing from within. So I'm really loving that. I wish I didn't because it was expensive. Another one. Charlotte is definitely like, she's coming for my wallet. The Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish, and I wear the shade 2 medium. I hit pan on this one. So I keep this one in my purse, and I will end up using this with a brush. I have the Bare Minerals Kabuki brush, the one with the white hair. I keep that in my purse because I love applying this powder with that brush. I feel like it gives me coverage, and it also just kind of buffs everything out and makes everything look really pretty and airbrushed. But this is one of my favorite powders, and thank you, Jessica, for putting me on it because it's expensive AF. And I was going through it really fast. And again, like this is one that I keep in my purse. So anytime I want to touch up, I always go in with this. And it's literally one of those powders that you can pile on it. It never looks heavy. It just looks really soft and airbrushed and beautiful. Like I have it on right now. I used it before I started filming, but it's one of my all-time favorite powders. It's just, it is a little bit on the pricey side, and it's pretty easy to go through, especially if you use a sponge. I was using a sponge before because it would give me like beautiful coverage, and it just looks so filtered and beautiful. But I had to slow down. All right, can we talk Fenty again? This is Fussy. I don't know if you guys can see. It's here. I've used up that much of it. I love this gloss so much. It is a really thin formula. It smells yummy. And I love the color. Like it, I mean, right now I had a lip on, right? But I love the color because it just gives you a really pretty, like soft pink finish. Whereas the Universal one looks a little bit more browny on my lip. I prefer the pink. I haven't tried the white one, but I'm almost tempted to try it, or the silver glittery one, because I really do love it. I love this so much that I'm like, oh, I need to get a new one, because this literally sits in my purse because I just love it so much. But I do have a ton of gloss, which is why I'm not going to repurchase this just yet. What I've done is I've started to throw other glosses in my purse, and I'm discovering a lot of great products. One of the glosses that I've thrown into my purse so that I can use is the Pat McGrath Aphrodisiac gloss. This lip gloss is so beautiful. It is a beautiful neutral rose shade. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, it is just so beautiful. When you first put it on, you're kind of like, all right, it leans kind of like a brown nude, but then after it wears for like a minute or two, it finally adjusts, or I don't know what it is, it changes the actual color of it, but then it just looks like a really beautiful neutral nude lip, and I absolutely love it. One of my favorites. Got another Fenty one for you. This little guy right here. This is one of her Stunna lip paints in the shade Unlocked. This is the bright pink shade. I have been wearing this a ton. I really love this color. It's just very like bright. It makes my teeth look super white. And I'm a sucker for a bright pink. Also a red, which this one I avoided getting for a really long time. But when I bought this one, I'm like, all right, let's get them. My first Stunna lip paints were the two nudes, and then when I tried the formula and I really liked them, and then I saw this shade, I knew I needed this one, but then picked up the red so that I wouldn't have three, because I don't like odd numbers. I know. I'm gonna just quickly throw my Juno & Co. sponge in there because I've been putting my favorites in this bag. I am literally just like the things that I'm using every day and the things that I'm like finding myself looking for, I'm constantly putting back into this bag because I want to make sure that I'm true to my monthly favorites, and I want to make sure that I'm also sharing with you guys just the things that I'm loving, and I don't want to forget anything. This is in there. This is amazing. And to show you guys, this one's clean. This is the one that I purposely threw in that bag. But I have been using these two quite a bit. This is the one, the original one that I've been using, and I'm starting to find now that like it's finally showing some wear. Like you can see, like it's not as smooth or as even as like this guy. And I realized it when I went to go wash it again. I'm like, oh, it doesn't feel as velvety. Like it feels like it's on its way out. But it's okay because I got a bunch of these. They're $6, guys. Give them a shot. They are super amazing. My link is down below. Every time I refer someone, I get a $5 credit for a purchase. But definitely try these out. They are amazing. You use much less product than a beauty blender or a sponge, because this literally just it pushes your product onto your skin. It builds up your coverage, but also makes your product go longer than a brush or a beauty blender. Honestly, try them. You will not be disappointed. You will not be like, she's a liar. They're amazing. Okay, my Dior, that's so funny. My Dior Nude Glow, I think it's called, Lip Glow. This one is in 001. I have scooped the life out of this. There's no more. So this is going in the garbage. And I actually was going to pull, I have the raspberry shade in my purse, and I'm like, I talked about this last month. Let's just not even talk about it now. But honestly, I'm loving them. They are just easy, quick lips to throw on. They hydrate your lips. They're pretty. And they're pretty damn expensive too, so I better get off that ride. This NARS High Voltage palette. First of all, the packaging. Yes, yes, yes. And the highlighter shades. They are absolutely beautiful. I use this one the most. I'm starting to use this one. And this one I just have to be really careful with, because otherwise it ends up looking a little too frosty for my brown skin tone. But I absolutely love the NARS highlighters. The formula is amazing. They just look like beautiful glossy skin, and Mama's happy with them. Oh, another NARS product. What a surprise. This is actually my Laguna bronzer. So I've given my Marc Jacobs bronzer a little bit of a rest. I mean, I just wore it today. That's it. But I have been trying not to use it so much because I've hit pan. And this center piece here is really thin, so it's just the outside edges that is nice and full still. And then this guy is just massive. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's actually a nice little dip in the center, because I have been using this quite a bit. I just always leave it out in my vanity. That's the bronzer I've been using, and it's easy. You guys are gonna hate me. Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold. Man, I knew I was gonna get this when I swatched it at Sephora the last time I worked. I saw it and like, let's see what the hype is about, and I was like, I was not expecting that. But I don't use any one shade more than the other. I literally take my brush, and I do this. And then I just apply it. Like, look at that. It is super pretty. This palette is amazing because you can get like a soft natural highlight, or you can go ham and get a really pretty intense highlight. But as you guys can see, this guy is really, really loved, and I'm pleasantly surprised by it. It is a little bit, again, on the pricey side, but at this point you guys know that I'm not a drugstore girl, and it's nothing personal against a drugstore. It's just I'm bougie when it comes to makeup. That's it. Now I have, what is this? What is this? What is this for real? Oh yeah. I'm gonna mention two brushes. One is this tapered blending brush by Bodyography Pro. This is what it looks like. This is freaking amazing. This was an $8 brush, I believe. And it is a beautiful brush to pack color, build color, blend. Amazing. It all started with this Bodyography Pro flat shader brush, which I bought because I thought it was going to be like a MAC 239, and it ended up being way better. So once I got this, I saw this, and I'm like, let's try it out. And they are both really amazing brushes. I want to say they're $6 to $8. They're really inexpensive. They're fantastic synthetic brushes. They're beautiful for building color, which is what the 239 does. And I have not found a synthetic brush that does that, as well as this. And also I will tell you guys that I've had a really hard time finding a natural hair brush to replace my 239, but I'm happy with these two, and I have no complaints. I don't need a replacement for my 239 anymore. I have a few other brushes that I want to mention, and I'm only going to pick one from my Royal Langnickel line. This is the Dome Shader Brush. I have been using this for concealer. This is dirty right now with concealer because I literally use this to blend out my concealer, to just really buff everything out. It is absolutely stunning. I also like to use this to blend out my contour, or if I want to just kind of add some powder and clean that up. Amazing. But this line of brushes is amazing, and I know I said I was going to review them for you guys, and you know, my idea is to review them for you and also demo how I'm using them for you. I'm just a dumbass. No. I legit have been sick and I haven't had the time. And it's easier for me to plan a video out, like doing a tutorial or a review of some sort that doesn't require all of the damn brushes I bought from this line. But I have to say, I love them all, and they are fantastic, and they're an amazing price, and they're super soft. I'm gonna get that review up for you guys. The final brush I'm gonna talk about, this is an Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, and this is a number 20. This is what this guy looks like. It is a flat brush. It is very soft, and it's not dense by any means. So I bought this with the intention of using it to clean up under my brows. And when I used it, I was expecting more of a stiffer brush, but then when you think about it, if you're getting concealer and you're applying a stiffer, or you're using a stiffer brush to blend that out, you're also going to possibly remove the makeup. So it's not a stiff brush, but it does a really beautiful job at cleaning up under your brow. I've also used this to clean up my lip when I'm using a bold color, and I really love the brush. It is a little, I wish it was just a little more firm, so that way when you're like trying to carve something out, you have more control. But I really like this brush a lot. Charlotte Tilbury, again. This is the Cheek to Chic in the Climax. Guys, it's so good. It is so good. It is just a beautiful everyday blush. I love to use my Royal and Langnickel domed brush, but this is not the same one as the other one. This is a BOM 34. So I'll take this and just, and then buff it out. Like, look at that. That's what my life was needing. More blush. It's funny because I've been looking for this blush and I totally forgot that I put my favorite products in here. And I'm like, what the hell did I do with this stuff? And I've just kind of been finding things randomly. My son will move my stuff, and I just thought maybe he moved these products. But so anyways, did you guys just see how I applied that product all over my face? It blends out beautifully. It just makes me look bronzy, and I love it. I love it so much. 3 more products and then we're done. All right. The Milk Kush Fiber Brow Gel. Love this stuff. I love how little the brush is. I love how it makes my eyebrows look natural. I love how it just picks up every little hair and makes it look like my eyebrows are real. It's so easy to use. I often have a hard time with brow gels because of the size of the brush. I purchased the Anastasia brow gel, and I've been using that. The dip brow in the gel form. I have it here actually. Let me just show you guys. It is very big in comparison to the Milk one. It's a runny formula. I've seen YouTube or Instagram videos where the girls are taking the product right off of the wand and then using that to build their brow. It doesn't work that way. If you have thin or non-existent eyebrows like I do, this is not, it doesn't work that way. I find that with my eyebrow type, this clings to where there's hair, but then you'll also have these really like patchy areas or areas where you're, you know, apply too much product because the brush is so big. So I think that this is probably a great product for somebody that has fuller brows, but for us people who don't really have brows, I wouldn't recommend this. If I figure out a different way of using it, I'll let you guys know, and I am going to use it because I bought it. I hope that you guys enjoyed my favorites. I'm sorry that they were up late, but they got up. And please be sure to like this video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.